A very good afternoon and welcome to Younib TV News at 1, your source for the latest and most detailed updates from around the world. I'm Eunice Mutua, bringing you this live coverage of today's top stories right here on Younib TV. Let's dive into today's headlines.
Mkaribishe wageni na mulinde mkuta. Hao viongozi sasa nilitaka kuomba, mumekubali na nimeshukuru. Tutafanya nafikiri tariki 7 mwezi huu wa Julai to be heard.
Consider the mother who waits years for answers about her disappeared son, or a widow who faces intimidation while seeking justice for her husband's unlawful killing.
Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not bury our head into the ground like the proverbial ostriches. Let's be aware. It's real. And you have it right in front of you. You can expect those determined to produce the pesticides that you don't want to fight back.
We understand the state wants to charge purely for the purpose of Wednesday's riots. And that is the pressure.
You will agree, in fact you need to agree with the state. Do you want the plea to be taken first, or do you want mental assessment to be taken?
Unfortunately, we have not been able to proceed with plea taking, as that has been adjourned to tomorrow because of some preliminaries. One of them being that for the offense, for somebody to plead to the offense of murder, you need to be represented by a lawyer.
Welcome. 6 suspects, including Nairobi Central OCS Samson Talam, will face charges for the murder of blogger Albert Omondi Ojwang, who passed away while in police detention. The team consists of 2 junior officers and 3 civilians. They are scheduled to enter a plea at the Kibera High Court today.
Samson Kiprotich Talam. Yes, Your Honor. James.
We understand the state wants to charge purely for the purpose of Wednesday's riots. And that is the pressure.
You will agree, in fact you need to agree with the state. Do you want the plea to be taken first, or do you want mental assessment to be taken?
Unfortunately, we have not been able to proceed with plea taking, as that has been adjourned to tomorrow because of some preliminaries. One of them being that for the offense, for somebody to plead to the offense of murder, you need to be represented by a lawyer.
Because they know if the lawyers are not present, nothing will go on. This is why we are in this problem.
Lawyers representing OCS Talam took issue with the state for failing to inform them about the arraignment of their client. They are reading malice in the process.
They did not inform the lawyers. They did not inform us at all. It is somebody who saw them putting the OCS into the car who informed us and told me, Mr. Mbeta, yes, are you aware that your client is going for plea? I called Mr. Omari. Mr. Omari also had just gotten information and he was in court.
The hurry is to placate the Gen Z. But don't worry, we have already taken 6 people to court. We will defend these people not to be used for political reasons to stop the Gen Z demonstrations. We will defend the OCS. He was not present, but now he has been dragged here.
So now I cannot direct that they be remanded at Nairobi remand because of the short period let them go back to the relevant police stations from where they have come.
Over the past 15 days alone, 20 persons have been killed while in the custody of police, with more cases going unreported. This is according to Isaac Hassan, chairperson of the Independent Policing Oversight Authority. Hassan, who spoke at the celebration of the Day of Delayed Justice, also expressed regret about joining Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja at a press conference. Hassan claims that he had previously warned the IG that the claim that Ojwang hurt himself was a denigration of Kenyan intelligence.
Consider the mother who waits years for answers about her disappeared son, or a widow who faces intimidation while seeking justice for her husband's unlawful killing.
We must be bold in advocating for fast-tracking of these cases of police abuse. Strengthening collaboration among the judiciary, the office of the ODPP, the police, the civil society, and the public at large is crucial for achieving meaningful reform.
The 2024 Missing Voices report lays bare the scale of this crisis. 159 documented cases of extrajudicial killings and enforced disappearances in a single year.
We only receive 25% from police. The rest is from public media, from families, from other people who are going to notify power. So we are trying to encourage and force the police to always report all deaths in the custody.
Families go through psychological trauma with a lot of court adjournments. We also face loss of evidence because of the delays. You find that if a case takes 7 years, maybe some key witnesses die along the way.
The first witness to be heard should be the protected witness, and that case should be heard on a day-to-day basis. That means then you're not delaying the case in terms of being heard. If we actually were alive and implemented that rule in court, most of the cases we are speaking to today would not even take 2 years to complete.
It's upon Parliament to resource public institutions and give them adequate funding, because the judiciary submits its budget like every other agency. The Parliament committee that sits and looks at all these budgets and the entire House should be answerable to Kenyans on this matter of delayed justice on account of underfunding.
Rigathi Gachagua, the head of the DCP party, is now attributing his rift with President William Ruto to what he described as the government's harsh handling of the Gen Z demonstrations that shook the nation last year. Gachagua stated that his DCP party will formally debut in July while meeting with politicians from the counties of Narok and Kajiado.
Mkaribishe wageni na mulinde mkuta. Hao viongozi sasa nilitaka kuomba, mumekubali na nimeshukuru. Tutafanya nafikiri tariki 7 mwezi huu wa July to be heard. And I disagree with what William Ruto has done. Sasa kutoka hapo sasa kikaumana kati ya mimi na yeye. Sasa tutakuwa tuongei, tunaongea na message. Akitaka kuniambia kitu na mimi namjibu.
Inspector General of Police, your first job is to protect life and people. Tunangoja tarehe 25. Vijana wakikosa haki yao, ama mfanye vile mliwafanyia last year, Kenya haitaendelea vile mnataka. Lazima tufuate sheria.
Sisi tukishirikiana pamoja, I think hakuna kitu hatuwezi tatua ama shinda ya watu wetu hatuwezi tatua.
A court's decision prohibiting school levies will be disregarded. This is according to the Kenya Secondary School Heads Association, KISHA. School heads contend that since government funding is still unsustainable, they have little choice but to ask parents for tuition fee in order to keep their institutions open. Kisha chairperson Willie Kuria stated that the present funding mechanism is no longer viable and hasn't altered in more than 10 years. Kuria attributed the school crisis to the government's tardiness in allocating capitation funds.
The fees that is there currently of 40,000 in body schools, county and county and extra county, and 53 in national schools, it cannot work. It will not work. It was set in 2015, 10 years ago. Nobody can tell us that one will work. There is a 46% inflation in those 10 years. How will it be that, for example, a packet of papers, printing papers, was costing 400. Now it is 800. How do you tell us that we can operate with that amount of money? It can't work.
We know today over 90% of our learning institutions are still cutting firewood to cook. They are using fossil fuels like generators for their lighting. And we have a program that we come with called the Clean Energy Transition in our schools, where we are supporting schools to solarize. We want to eliminate firewood from schools by introducing LPG as a transition fuel, steam cooking, biogas, and also electricity cooking that is powered by solar.
We are going for a short break and we'll be back with more concerning the agriculture. Don't go far. Welcome back. Now, the Ministry of Agriculture has prohibited 77 agricultural chemicals from being sold in Kenya and limited the application of 202 more to particular crops. Another 151 products are currently being assessed, and a conclusive decision is anticipated by December 2025. Agriculture CS Mutahi Kagwe stated that the action comes after expert reports indicated that certain chemicals present dangers to human health, animals, crops, and the environment.
Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not bury our head into the ground like the proverbial ostriches. Let's be aware. It's real. And you have it right in front of you. You can expect those determined to produce the pesticides that you don't want to fight back. And they will fight back as severe guerrillas. They will fight back through the media, ensuring that the media is reporting good things and fighting back on dangerous chemicals that we want to ban. They will fight back in our legislative houses, bribing members of parliament and others.
If we have to have enough food and enough vegetables, farmers will have to use some pesticides. You can imagine if you are to go to the market and you want to buy tomatoes, I'm sure you will not buy if it has one.
A family in Kirima, located in the Bahati constituency of Nakuru County, is grieving the heartbreaking loss of their 3-year-old daughter who was tragically killed during a Sunday service at PCEA Shalom Church. The accused, a 17-year-old named Liz Njeri, was recorded on CCTV as she strangled the child with a scarf behind the church. Authorities have initiated an investigation into the matter.
Na mtoto wangu akakuja na nikampea switi, akaenda, nikamwambia si ukae na simu hapa. Akakaa dakika kidogo, akaniambia nataka kuenda nje. Nikamwambia enda nje. CCTV inaonyesha mtoto akitoka kwa kanisa na huyo msichana mwenye alimuua. Ikafika mahali msichana ni mrefu kuniliko. Sasa ana kashironi kadogo. Yeye tu anaonekana ameskuti tu kidogo tu. Vile nilikuwa nimemdress na kaskafu. Ako kaskafu tu ndio anamfinya nako. Mtoto ana struggle kiasi na anaanguka. Huyu msichana anaangalia mtoto, anaona kweli amekufa.
Lakini kwa mafikirio yangu nafikiria hawa wasichana ni wale wanakuwa possessed. Sababu kuua mtu kama ni mtu ambaye alikuwa ni ile mtu unemo kuua mtu, huwezi uua mtu na urudi hapo kwa kanisa. Huwezi uua mtu ambaye ni kitendo unaitaka capital offense na uende ukae nyumbani tu.
Atachunguzwa na atapelekwa mpaka hospitali tujue the state of mind. Ile kitu ilimsubua kwa akili yake ni nini? Ndio fika kuua mwenzake, na baada ya hayo sheria itafuata.
Harambee Starlets coach Beldin Odemba says her team has gained valuable lessons after participating in the Sekafa Women's Championship, which concluded in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Kenya reached the final but lost 1-0 to Tanzania. Odemba congratulated her players and hoped for the best in the coming competitions.
Good for us as the Kenya Women National Team that we were able to engage in Sekafa and play in Sekafa. It's good that we've done a few lessons and that we need to work on before we play our next World Cup, our next AFCON qualifier match against Gambia in October. It's good. It's also good that we have time to work on what we're supposed to work on. We have time to look at more players to bring in. The experience was good. It's good for us. It was truly needed. We were playing the AFCON qualifiers in October between 20th to 28th, and we intend to have mini camps. We requested from the FKF that they give us mini camps so that we can see a bigger pool of players. It's good that we've seen most of the local players and young players, but we still need to see more players, especially in the areas where we need to sharpen. And speaking of especially the attack area, of course we scored a lot of goals, but we still need more strikers and more players who can give us goals and who can help us create goals also.
That wraps up our coverage for this hour. Thank you for joining us on Younib TV News at 1. We hope you found the updates insightful and informative. Remember, we are committed to bringing you the most accurate and detailed news coverage as it unfolds. For more updates, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms and visit our website. I am Eunice Mutua, and it's been a pleasure keeping you informed. Stay tuned for more live broadcasts, and until next time, take care and stay safe.